really excited.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said I push you to like almost I don't make you quit. That it's actually really offensive. I'm trying to make you quit every week,
Oh my God.
every single time. I'm kidding.
Really? That's the goal? No,
Yeah.
I think you write a good line of that. And that's hard to do because I think as a CrossFit coach and you're a competitor too. So
Yeah.
you have a threshold of wanting to push yourself that's much higher
Yeah.
than when you coach the average person who
Yeah.
comes in after work and just wants to,
Mm-hmm.
different people have different goals, but a lot of people don't want to push themselves to the extent that you want them to. What is that like?
Yeah, so that is something that I've actually had to learn the hard way. Like, because when I started CrossFit, I was like just graduating high school, and I got into it because I wanted to compete. Like that's how I found CrossFit, was the CrossFit Games and like seeing stuff online, and I really wanted to get into it. And so I started doing CrossFit, and then after like 5 months, I was like, I don't want to pay for a membership, so I'll just work here and coach a few classes and get a key to a gym. And then of course, that meant I have to start training people too. And then because I was so into it and so like, macho about it, it's like that was one of the hard things for me to learn. Was in the beginning I had to like, when someone wasn't like really pushing themselves, like I was like, what's wrong with you? I didn't relate to them. I mean, it kind of sounds douchey, but like for me, because I took it so seriously, and like I don't know, it was when someone I didn't see it as a skill. I thought it was like either you do or you don't, or like I don't know. It was hard for me to relate to them, and I was like, it wasn't the best trainer at all. Like it took me. I was like, oh no. Over time, I learned like this is a skill of like being able, like some people are just doing it either emotionally, like just for health or whatever, and some people are more serious about it or whatever. But yeah, that was one of the hard things for me to realize. Like I wasn't the best trainer for sure at first, and like once I started, when it comes to like training and working out and all that type of stuff, you have to be able to be uncomfortable together, which is why I kind of fell in love with it too, and why I've learned so much from it was because like but that's also a skill that you have to learn. Like once I started thinking of it that way, I'm like, no, they're not just like being a baby or they don't want to push themselves or whatever. Whenever I could tell someone didn't want to do that in class, it's like, no, they're not like, conscious. I like it's a skill that they have to learn. So if someone doesn't have that, like that, once I kind of made that switch or I thought of it that way, it was like all of a sudden it became way more relatable to me to where like now as a trainer, I'm like also not only just teaching you how to exercise and how to do that stuff, but like I'm teaching you how to be okay with being uncomfortable. Like once I've thought of it as a skill, just like it's a skill to learn how to do a good squat or do anything like that, I was like, oh, that makes more sense. And I actually became a way better trainer because of it. But yeah, that's something like it's fun. That's why like I want to do, eventually I want to not leave CrossFit, but eventually work as a trainer for like either, a sports organization or like a university or something, because I want to train with athletes full time, because it is a little bit of a different feel when you go from training like the general public, just teaching them and wanting to be healthy and just maintain or whatever, just be generally healthy people, versus someone who's trying to train for either a sport or something.
Yeah.
It's a different level of focus or intensity or whatever. And so that's like huge for me. That's why I want to do that, because that's what I relate to a lot. But the byproduct of becoming a trainer was something that I wasn't planning on doing. Like I said, I wanted to do it just for a membership, was because like a really cool byproduct was I ended up helping a lot more people. Now that I think, I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's what I do for a living, is like I actually help people. And the goal is to get people off diabetes medications or come back from injuries and rehab stuff, or just be healthier people. Like that wasn't part of the plan at all. Like I said, I wanted to become a trainer just because I wanted to do CrossFit and look jacked and do muscle ups and learn how to walk on my hands and stuff. But now it's like, oh, I have actually a meaningful job because of it, which is really cool.